The rain drizzled under flickering streetlights. Adrian, a wealthy CEO, stepped out of his sleek black car to light a cigarette. His life was a hollow empire. Money, power, but no warmth. He leaned against the car, staring at nothing, when he noticed something at the deserted bus stop. A young nurse sat there, her thin coat soaked, cradling a tiny baby in her arms. Both were shivering violently. The buses had long stopped running. Adrian's footsteps echoed on the wet pavement as he approached. "It's freezing," he said softly. "Why are you sitting here with a baby?" The nurse raised her tired eyes but didn't answer. The child whimpered, clutching closer to her chest. That sound pierced him more deeply than he expected. Adrian hesitated, then crouched down and whispered firmly, "Come with me." Her breath caught. Could she really trust a stranger? Yet something in his tone was not commanding but protective, almost pleading. The night seemed to pause, waiting for her answer. Her heart raced. He was a stranger in a tailored suit, expensive car parked behind him. Everything about him screamed danger or safety. She couldn't tell which. "I don't even know you," she murmured. "You don't have to," Adrian replied. "But I won't let anything happen to you or your baby." His voice carried a rare blend of steel and sincerity. The baby whimpered again. The nurse, Emma, clutched him tighter. Finally, trembling, she stood. Adrian immediately slipped off his warm coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. Inside the car, the heater hummed. Emma sat stiffly, her arms tight around the child. She kept stealing glances at Adrian, unsure of his intentions. He didn't speak, only drove through the rain-slicked streets. When the car finally stopped, Emma gasped. A towering mansion loomed before them, gates opening as if they belonged to another world. This is your house?" she whispered. "For tonight," Adrian said, his eyes flickering toward her baby. "It's your home too." The massive wooden doors opened into marble halls lit by crystal chandeliers. Everything sparkled, except the air, which felt heavy with silence. Emma followed, clutching her child, her shoes squeaking on polished floors. "Why would you bring me here?" she asked nervously. Adrian's footsteps stopped in the middle of the grand foyer. He turned slowly, his expression unreadable, because no one deserves to freeze at a bus stop. "Not you, not your baby." He called for dinner. A table stretched endlessly across the dining hall, dishes prepared with precision. Yet Adrian touched none of it, sipping only black coffee. Emma, starving, hesitated, but fed herself while holding the baby. She noticed the walls lined with portraits, Adrian smiling beside a woman. But all the frames were dusted with time. No warmth lingered. Finally, Adrian asked, "Your name?" Her voice trembled as she answered, "Emma." For the first time that night, Adrian's gaze softened. The house was quiet, but Emma couldn't sleep. After tucking her baby into a crib, the staff quickly prepared. She sat in a chair, staring at the flickering shadows. A soft knock. Adrian entered. "You don't have to be afraid," he said gently. "I know trusting a stranger isn't easy." Emma's eyes filled. "I had nowhere else to go. I'm a nurse, long hours, little pay. My husband left, and this baby is all I have." Adrian exhaled slowly, his jaw tightening. "My wife left me too. She said money wasn't enough." She was right, I suppose. A mansion full of gold feels like a coffin when you're alone. Emma looked at him. For a moment, their loneliness mirrored one another. Two broken people stranded by fate under the same roof. And for the first time, she wondered if maybe she wasn't just his guest. Maybe she was a part of his healing. Days slipped by. Emma turned a spare room into a nursery. Laughter filled the halls where silence once ruled. Adrian, who hadn't smiled in years, found himself holding the baby, his heart unexpectedly lighter. The staff noticed the change. Their stoic boss now lingered at home, often caught in quiet conversations with Emma. One evening, a storm cut the power. The mansion darkened, wind howling through the windows. Emma flinched. Adrian lit a candle, its glow softening his stern features. "You brought light into this house," he said quietly. "Before you, it was just stone walls." Emma's chest tightened. She looked at him, really looked, past the expensive suit, past the walls he built around himself. She saw a man, wounded but reaching. Her heart whispered possibilities her mind refused to accept. Was this temporary kindness, or the beginning of something she didn't dare dream of? Morning sunlight streamed into Adrian's office. He stood by the window, Emma sitting across with her baby. His face was unreadable, serious. "Emma," he began slowly, "that night at the bus stop I said, 'Come with me.' But I didn't just mean for the night." Her eyes widened. What are you saying?" Adrian's gaze softened. He nodded toward the baby. "He needs a family. And maybe, so do we. I want you here. Not as a guest. As someone I can finally call mine." Emma's throat tightened, tears brimming. She remembered the icy bus stop, the hopelessness. Now sitting here she felt warmth she hadn't known in years. She whispered back, her voice trembling yet sure, "Then we'll come with you always." The mansion no longer felt empty. The cold night was just a memory. A nurse, a baby, and a lonely CEO had found not just shelter, but a home together.